Being good, I'm a bad bitch. I'm sick of motherfuckers trying to tell me how to live.
Hey guys, it's your girl Slayer V, and we are back for another episode of Slayer V Podcast. Now, first, I want to say thank you so much to everyone that's been consistently tuning in, from the DMs to the text messages to, everything. When you guys see me in person and y'all say to me like, oh my God, me and my friends watched it with our wine or our drinks, it warms my heart. It really, really does, because it means everything to me. Be sure every episode, of course, subscribe, right? Like the episodes. It means a lot. It helps me to trend when you like the episode, and share it. Feel free to share my episodes. Like, the information that I give you guys, it's all for us to learn and grow and evolve. Like, seriously. So please continue to definitely, show love and share it, especially all of my peoples that has been, sharing my content on their pages and every, oh God, I get emotional sometimes. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. And remember, like, share, subscribe, especially like it. Okay. If you love it, like it, you know what I mean? So that way I can start trending. But let's get into today's topic. Okay. This one, hit home. All of my, I know. I tell you guys a lot of my business. I got to stop doing that. I keep telling y'all, I tell y'all my business. But it's all for good reason, because I want all of us to grow and to learn, right? So I did a lot of note taking with this particular topic, because I'm like, this is something that, I feel like I want to share with you guys that most of us have probably gone through, okay? So the topic is, why do we stay in relationships when we know that it's already over? I'm going to repeat it, because I know a lot of you like, ooh, that hit deep. So I'm going to say it again so y'all could know, because I want us to be as one with this particular episode, okay? Once again, the question is, why do we stay in relationships when we know that it's already over? So I have a couple questions with it, right? One, I ask myself, is it because we're afraid to be alone? That could be one reason, right? Another question is it because of the time we put in? So let's discuss each question separately, okay? And then there's also two totally different perspectives with the topic itself. All right, so let's break this down, okay? So, why do we stay when we know it's over? Let's define staying and it's over, right? Because I've heard one of my really good friends say, staying in a relationship and waiting on the person to be ready to be in a relationship, it's kind of two of the same things. So I was like, she might got a little point, but like, what do you mean? So she said, when you're in the committed relationship and you're waiting for your partner to get their shit together, you're in a relationship, but you're still waiting. I'm like, oh, okay. So then she said, then you have the scenario when you're not in a committed relationship with this person, and you're still waiting for them to get their shit together. That's technically you're staying too, right? You're staying and waiting around for this person, and in all reality to choose you. I had to give a moment of silence. You know, guys, I give a moment of silence because I want us to really sit and think about what it is that I'm really saying so it could sink in so you could think about this, right? So, like I said, the first part to the question was, is it because we're afraid to be alone? Now, this is for ladies and men, okay? A lot of people have this thing where they don't even realize it, but they jump from relationship to relationship instead of being in a relationship for however long it was, having that alone time, right, to reflect and become one with self, healing from the fact that that relationship didn't work, right? And then dating, right? We talked about dating on the last episode, dating, and then getting into that relationship. That's not how it usually works. Most of the time when we're in a long relationship, we end that relationship, right? And we like, I'm good, I'm out here, I'm chilling, I'm you know what I mean? And then old boy comes along or old girl comes along. And then you have sex and the sex is amazing. And then it's like, okay, you my boyfriend or you're my girlfriend. And lo and behold, you're in a relationship all over again. And that's not even what it was supposed to be, because at sometimes when you get with the person, the new person after your relationship, it could have been for you like, yo, I just want to bust down. I just want to have a cuddy buddy. I just want to, I just want to leave it as a sexual thing. But because we haven't healed from the last relationship, what we tend to do is bring everything from the last relationship into the new relationship, right? So now you're in a whole nother committed relationship. And then you sitting there thinking, a year done went by, 2 years done went by. You don't really want to be there. Real talk. You really don't even want to be there. But then, like I said, but I don't want to be by myself. Because I'm so used to laying in the bed with somebody or waking up to somebody or cooking for someone, or my kids are used to someone being around, right? I don't have children, but this is what I was told. I only speak on things that I know, but this happens to all of us. This is happening right now to people around me, right? And then, like I said, with the second part of the question is it because of the time we put in? Because I've heard people say, and I'll admit it, right? I raise my hand because I went through some stuff too. I invested all this time with this person. I'm not just going to let all this time go to waste with somebody else reaping all the benefits. I was with this person when this person ain't have nothing. They was just starting out or whatever. Once again, knowing that you don't even want to be there. You don't want them, but you don't want nobody else to have them. So now you going through the motions. You cheating, he cheating. You might have gotten caught. He might have gotten caught. All that for what? Right? Why not just remove yourself from the situation or come to a mutual understanding that, you know what, let's bring this to the table, right? Let's come back. Let's bring this to the table. It's not really working out. How about you go your way and I go mine? That's the mature thing, right? In a perfect world, that would happen. But unfortunately, it's this thing called closure, right? That we want to have in relationships because we felt like we want the person to admit what they did and how they did it. And that's a perfect world. And it doesn't, sometimes closure you're just not going to get. But then remember, Once again, just to back it up a little bit, forget the closure. I put in all this time. Y'all might be thinking like, you got me fucked up. Y'all really, like, nah, I'm not, nope, I don't care, I'm staying. But why? Why continue to put yourself through that, right? I always say to anyone around me, anybody that knows me, I have 2 life mantras, right? One is you're the center of your universe. So if you're not happy, nothing else around you will go right. It is a proven fact. Trust me, I know. And then my second one is, and don't laugh, because Auntie Bay said it. Yeah, Auntie Beyonce, my aunt. I don't care what nobody say. Yep. But she always says, always stay gracious. Best revenge is your paper. I'm just saying. That ain't really got nothing to do with what I'm talking about, but it's a good one. It's probably relevant to in the subject of staying in a relationship, because it's like when it's that time to go, right? When you come to that conclusion of, you know what, I done had enough. I really don't want to be here. You don't have to make it this bad fight and be enemies and feel like, oh, I don't like him. He better not never say nothing, or I don't like her. F her. She better not never come. You ain't got to do that. Bow out with grace. Bow out with grace. Obviously, y'all loved each other at some point, right? Or some type of love and care was there at some point if y'all stay together that long. So it doesn't always have to be this rah-rah fight type of, I hate this person, I don't like this person, he did this or she did this. It could just be, it just didn't work. I'm going to take a sip on that. I got to take a sip on that. And the only reason why I know to come at it that way and say it like that, because I've experienced that. You understand what I'm saying? I was in a relationship for 8 years. Wow. That's a long time. That's almost a decade. I was. And it was good. You know, the love and compassion was there. You know, we supported each other and rooted for each other. And, you know, it was mutual at some points. And then it took a real left turn. And that left never came back right. It just didn't. It's a fact. Like I told y'all, I tell y'all all my business. I'm gonna stop telling y'all my business, but I had to say that to let y'all know that things happen. People grow apart, right? It happens. And sometimes it just might be that person is not for you, or you might not be the person for them. It's okay to walk away, guys. It's okay. You know what I mean? Whether you have children or not, I've had women say to me, you know, I got 3 kids. Like, ain't nobody gonna want me. And I was like, wow, that's really how you feel? First of all, people have blended families all the time, meaning the male has children, the female has children, and when y'all get together, y'all just be like the Brady Bunch. You know what I mean? Y'all have these blended families and everything works out fine. I've seen that happen. So it really saddens me when I hear women say that, like, nobody ain't gonna want me, so I'ma just deal with what I got. Nah, sis, you don't have to deal with that. You don't have to go through that. If he not doing what he's supposed to do, then leave. Literally, right? Even for the guys, you know, because I feel like sometimes us women are so hard on men. I feel like we forget that they're human, that they have feelings, and that they're sensitive too, right? Because women, we come at men real crazy sometimes. We really, really do. We talk all kinds of, oh, F you, F your mother, F your kids. You know what I mean? Oh, you a bum nigga. You ain't even got this, you ain't got that. But how would you feel if he turned around and said that to you? How would you feel if he diminished your character? How would you feel if, you trying, maybe work is not that good, but, he getting a bag, but maybe work is so for you, or you ain't doing nothing. And he like, yo, you a bum. Like, what you doing? Like, you just laying around. Like, you ain't got no drive, no ambition. It'll hurt, right? It will. So women, watch how you are talking to your significant other. Please. Always stop and think, if he said it to you or if they said it to you, how would you feel? I'm just saying. So I just had to interject and add that in there, 2.5, because, that topic came up with me and, my family. And I always say that. They always say to me, oh, V, you always on the guy's side. And it's like, it's not that I'm on the guy's side. I just see things in different perspectives at this point in my life. Nobody's perfect. You feel me? So let's double back. Let's get back to the topic at hand, right? So you know how I said, sometimes we stay in it too long and it's time to go. Now, let me give you another scenario with the same topic, right? Because, we all got friends. We all got family. And you might have been, for the females, guys, don't get on me right now, but I'm gonna talk to the females real quick, right? So we might have been in a relationship or dealing with a relationship, situationship, whatever y'all want to call it. I know I said no more situationships in 2021. I meant that, but it's okay. Follow me with this one, right? Wait, let me take a sip. It's just about to go somewhere else. So, in this particular relationship that you're in, let's just say you've been with this person for 10 years, maybe even 15 or 20 years. Y'all not married, right? You do have children. You're not engaged. This is the scenario. Now, y'all been together so long, your family and your friends have all of this to say, like, oh, you been with this dude all this time. He ain't even marry you. You stupid. Why you there? Why you staying? Why not? That should be your question. It shouldn't be, why should I? Is, why shouldn't you? Because at the end of the day, I feel like if this is the person you feel like you really want to be with, and they feel like they really want to be with you, then by all means necessary, do you. Stay. If that's what you want to do, do it. Because at the end of the day, people are going to talk. Nobody's life is perfect. Nobody's relationship is perfect. Even though on social media, Instagram, Facebook, everybody want to come off like they winning, they shining, I'm doing this, yep, big goals and all this. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, you know them in real life. Old boy done cheated on her 11 times with some of her friends. You already know old girl done busted down with old boy cousin. This is real. I'm giving these scenarios because this really be happening. But what I'm saying is, don't allow the opinions of your family and friends to depict your life and your relationship. Okay? I'm team marriage. I'm team commitment. Most of all, I'm team happy. So whatever situation you're in, if you're happy in your situation, F what the people got to say. Because it doesn't, we could debate, we could agree to disagree with this particular scenario about staying when people feel like you should go, right? It's all in the two people that are in it. No two relationships on this planet are the same. No two. And the worst thing you can do in a relationship, and this is male or female in their relationship, the worst thing you can do is compare your relationship to someone else's. Yeah, another moment of silence. Please stop doing that. You do not know what goes on behind closed doors with anyone's relationship. You don't know. Because people are only going to give you the parts that they want you to hear. You only going to get the good side. So, I've even had, I'll give you another scenario. I've had, women say to me, oh, my man know I love flowers. And my friend always get flowers from her man. He gives her flowers every week. Right? So she looking at her man like he ain't good enough because he don't give her flowers every week. Have you ever thought about the fact that maybe he doesn't know how to pick flowers out? Or maybe he's thinking, why give her flowers when I could give her diamonds? Why give her flowers when I like to give her time and attention and cuddle and do all the mushy gushy stuff that she like, right? Because with that same scenario with the person like, oh, my friend get flowers, you don't even know if the fact that she getting flowers every week because he done fucked up every week. Y'all ain't think about that, did y'all? Those could be, I messed up flowers. And I'm sorry, flowers. And you thinking your friend all happy about getting these bouquet of roses, but she know every time she get a bouquet of roses is because he done did some grimy shit to her in the background. I'm just saying. Stop comparing your relationship to other relationships. Please stop doing that. It's not healthy at all. If you're going to be in this relationship with who you with, and no matter how long y'all been in this relationship together, understand that the only person that you should be talking to, conversing with, which means the same thing, venting to, should be the person that you're in this relationship with. Not your friend. Not your sisters, not your bros, not even your mom or dad. Because the only person that could really tell you about them is the person that you're with. I'm just saying. We go wrong a lot in our relationships because we do not communicate with the person that we're with. We so quick to assume, right? We go to our friends and be like, well, he said this. What did he mean when he said that? And here you go, not even considering a source. Let me teach y'all something. That I was taught. And this is just a little sidebar, but this is very relevant to what I'm talking about. And we do this all the time. We go through something with our mate, right? Maybe we have an argument. I'll give you a simple scenario. We have an argument. He done said some ill stuff or she done said some ill stuff or whatever. First thing we do is want to call up a friend, right? Because we need to vent. We need to get this out. Instead of just going to your mate. Hello. We don't go to them. We go to the friend, right? Now, I want you guys to do this the next time you are going through something with your mate. First thing I want you to do is just talk to your mate about this. I don't even want you to go to nobody else. Real talk. Don't go to anyone else. But because we're human, we feel like our mates, we can't communicate, blah, 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 right? before you dial that number to the person that you feel like you want to vent to, consider that source. Consider who they are and where they are in their lives at that current moment. And when I say that, what I'm saying is, are they happy? Did they just call you yesterday to vent and be like, oh, niggas ain't it, or oh, these bitches ain't worth nothing? If that happened the day before, don't call that person. Because I promise you, that source is going to give you the worst. They are going to give you the worst advice ever. Even if all those other times they give you great advice and they were being objective and not subjective. They weren't playing both sides and all of that. If you know within that past week, they just had an issue with their man, or for the guys, if they just had an issue with their girl, please do not call them to vent. Because once again, you will get the worst advice ever. And it's not going to make your situation better. It's going to make it worse because they're going to be coming from an angry place. So now when it's time to be in the same room with your partner, now it's even intensified because that source that you went to get that information from, done put a battery in your back. They done forgot about the 10,000 great things that you told them about your mate. They only got to remember those 2 things that you said your mate did. That's the space they're going to be coming from. That is not healthy. Please consider the source when you're seeking advice. Please. It will help you in the long run. Slayer V taught you, consider the source. Stop doing that. Think about it. For your next disagreement with your mate, right? Instead of going to an outsider, because once again, the person you should be talking to should be your mate. So instead of going to an outsider, how about you take some time to yourself? How about you meditate on it? Give it to God. I give everything. At this point in my life, I give everything to God. I don't bring it before I even mention anything that I'm going through with anyone. I give it to God first. I meditate. I go in a quiet place. See, I close my eyes. That's how I know it's real. It's real, y'all. I close my eyes for a reason. I go into my safe place. I give it to God. I get clarity. And then you realize it's not that bad. Then you go to your mate and you can figure it out. In a perfect world, that happens. But who said your world can be perfect? So let's double back to why I even brought all of that up, right? Never allow anyone to make you feel like you're wrong for staying in a relationship that you're in. I don't care if it's 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. If you feel like you're done, then be done. It's okay. But let that be your decision. Don't let it be the decision of what everybody else thinks. Okay? And I'm going to leave y'all, before I end, I'm going to leave y'all with this. It's a little story. Okay? Just a little story. So the story said, there was a little boy walking a horse with an elderly man at the top. And everyone in the town was like, oh, wow, that makes no sense. He's letting that young man pull that horse. The next day, the elderly man was walking the horse with the little boy at the top. And everyone in the town, right, was like, oh, wow, that makes no sense. That young man is letting this elderly man pull a horse. The whole purpose of this is people are going to talk regardless. No matter what the situation is, they're going to talk. You know, like they say, opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. That's a fact. So from this moment forward, Live your life for you. It doesn't matter what they say, how they react. As long as you're happy in the situation that you're happy in, leave it there. Okay? So, in the end, I just want to say once again, thank you guys for always tuning in. Remember, like, share, comment. Let me know what you think. You guys' feedback on everything means the world to me. And be on the lookout because in March, Slayer V Podcast has a whole event about to pop off. I'm telling you, on a gang. Not on a gang. I'm not on a gang. But it's going to be a phenomenal event. I'm planning for March. And in the words of my cousin Cardi B, if it's up, then it's stuck. Okay? It was great. Thanks for tuning in. Bye, guys.
Being good, I'm a bad bitch. I'm sick of motherfuckers trying to tell me how to live.